Hey guys, it's Ben. It is Friday, and what a glorious Friday it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have passed 1K. That's right. We have passed 1K. We've actually gone beyond that to 1,106. Bam. Can't tell you how exciting that is. Really, it's, you know, I know it might be, premature dancing and celebrating right here. It's just that was the hump that I was most nervous about, because when we first launched the campaign, it was trickling really slowly, and I was nervous that we would struggle just to even get to 1,000. The fact that we've gone past 1,000 and we are not even halfway done with the campaign, that fills me with confidence. Or at least more confidence. So I mean, for those of you who haven't seen the update, thank you so much to everybody who's contributed so far, to everybody who's been sharing it out, everybody who's been retweeting. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I appreciate the heck out of it. So that's very, very exciting news. I'm extra jazzed about my promotion today. It's always good. Right now I'm looking to get on some more streams. I'm in talks with a couple of people about going on stream, but I haven't really heard much back from them yet. So if any of you guys know of anybody who would like a guest or a repeat guest, go ahead and drop me a comment if you would. It'd be very nice. So today in the mail, I received my copy of Cyberfrog. I honestly wasn't, with the way the mail works in New Orleans, I wasn't expecting to see it for like another couple weeks. I was actually expecting to have to contact and be like, hey, my copy got lost in the mail or something. So the fact that so that's encouraging. And I didn't know this. I know there were a million updates for Cyberfrog. I didn't look at all of them. I was kind of bad about that. Mostly because after a while I was getting kind of impatient, and I was just kind of like, okay, I don't want to hear any more stuff about what's going on. I want to hear when it's coming out. But anyway, I was not aware that Ethan decided to make pretty much all of the original covers Chromium covers. I'm pretty sure he probably said it a million times, and I probably it went in one ear out the other, kind of. But yeah, that was a fun surprise for me. To open it up and see it was the Chromium cover. I thought that was really cool. And I haven't sat down and read completely through it. I read the first page so far. I'm digging the tone of it. I'm digging the overall. Well, I dig the tone mainly because at first, when I was hearing about Cyberfrog, I was nervous that it might feel a little too derivative of something like Superman, just because of the story style with the spaceship kind of behaving a little bit like Jor-El. the tone in the first couple pages that I saw, it deviates from Superman in a very good way. It ups the stakes in terms of our heroes are not perfect. Our heroes are not what I would call our heroes kind of best way I'd put it, they're not all right, well, the best term I can use, they're not Gary Stews. They're not super perfect. It's not an overall happy story, because this is essentially the story of a superhero's failure, or having to correct a big mistake. That kind of stuff always sells well with me, in terms of, like, I really like human characters. I like characters that are not perfect. I like characters that are flawed. The flaw, it shows sort of a romantic and yet honest view of humans, whereas, like, I find a lot of hero stories in the past were always very the hero was sublime, the hero was perfect in some way, or, like, they were extremely resolute in the face of adversity or temptation. I like seeing a hero struggle with that, because number one, like, any young person looking at that, it's like it gives them kind of a better, I guess, scope of the range of what human beings go through. And it's good to prepare, lets people know life's not a walk in the park. A lot of times life's not fair. A lot of times life can be unjust. But that there is some good to be deemed from all of it, blah blah blah. So so I like seeing a little bit of that, but also I like the fact that Ethan, in terms of his attitude on storytelling in general, I can tell he's not heavy postmodernist, so he's not gonna, I don't think, at least, that he's gonna, I don't think he's gonna lean on necessarily, like, okay, well, they failed, so it's like, that's it, that's over, there's always hope, it's always good to see, you gotta love the stories where it's like the odds are against your hero. But more than anything, I think I'm hoping that this book will grab more of my attention, because I'll admit I was a little prejudiced about it, because I typically can't take whenever there's an anthropomorphic superhero, a hero that's like an animal combined with something, I can't really take it too seriously. And, like, most of the time, it's like that's the stuff I would skip over, because when I was like a little kid, when I was like 9 or 10, yeah, I was all about anthropomorphic everything. And then when I got older, I didn't really like it so much, because it started to feel more and more like a kind of a cheap gimmick, and most of the times I found that those stories never really they weren't very in depth about their characters or about the stories of the struggles. Although from what I understand, I think that movie Zootopia kind of does that differently, but I watched like the first minute of that movie, and the main, I was immediately turned off by the stupid social justice aspect of it. But anyway, so I'm gonna be doing my thing, getting my errands done, and then I'm gonna read Cyberfrog tonight. hopefully I'll have some good things. But I mean, I can't imagine disliking this book. All of the complaints I've seen about this book are complete and utter BS, by the way. This business about the pages being slightly whatever, like, they're not wrinkled, they're not anything. It's like a slight, ever so slight indentation on the page that can go away if you just put something on top of the book. It's not a big deal. And everything about, the artwork, the colors, all that it pops from the page and it looks brilliantly done. So this business of like it's a subpar art book and all that, that is called salty. That is called I'm salty about Ethan and what Ethan does online or whatever. So I wanna hit him where it hurts most. I don't respect that BS, frankly. Comicsgate's got enough enemies without having enemies within. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like anything I have to say, go ahead, hit the like button. If you want to hear more about my perspective on things, i.e. pop culture, i.e. video games, etc. I know that's kind of redundant, but in my mind I separate it out. If you want to continue to watch videos about any of that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Remember, Outlaw Nights is live on Indiegogo. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be an awesome adventure. Go ahead and click on the link in the description below, which is a link to our Indiegogo page. And as always, if you're not able to support financially, if it's just not your thing or whatever, but you like the idea of the project, don't hesitate to share this out on social media of any kind. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that's over the age of 17. Go ahead and tell them. This is going to be a fun ride, and I think everybody's going to want to get on board this. I want to see as many people as possible reading Outlaw Nights. And as always, thank you so much. I will talk to you tomorrow.